We're back. We're back in the house. How we doing, everybody? How we doing? Dear oh dear. Well, what's new then? What is new? Let's turn down the lovely Christmas music. Whew. Right, well, we've got Derek in. Derek's in. Hi, Derek. Matambo. Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was a good day out yesterday. A long day, but a good day. Afternoon, Aaron. Patrick B. Welcome from the Netherlands. Michael Hyde. I'm Michael. Phil Taylor. Petronics. Spare batteries. Yeah. I had to just go down and get them when you mentioned that, actually, Matambo. Rob Cross, how you doing, mate? Yeah, I know you're off out later. Hi, Colin. David Tag. Hi, David. Afternoon, Les. Afternoon, Barry. Mick McGinn. Afternoon, Mick. Timothy. Hi, Timothy. 80 Hewitt. How you doing, 80? There's George. No, I thought the Pro Table, people wouldn't understand what that was, so I thought I'd alter it to portable instead. Rolf, how you doing, mate? We're just catching up, Got some moderating to do on another stream, Benji. Wow. Who else is streaming now? So rude. How you doing, George? Radio Muncher. I wasn't Radio Muncher, but I did spell something wrong, George, last year. But thanks for noticing. What did I get from Royal Wootton Bassett? I've got a few things, Steve. I got a lot of things, but I only bought a few things. I was given lots of things. Phoenix Victim Terror. Afternoon, Phoenix. And Aston and Jeff. And Cody's. You got some 220 picofarad caps, yeah. I did try to do the buy you a coffee thing, Paul, but it seems to have gone off your page for some reason. Mark J, afternoon, Mark, and Ben Humphreys. And Steve's got spares in for George's PSU. And George got some resistators. Okay. It's going to be one of them again, isn't it? But I've been busy today. I've actually managed to finish recapping the Murphy almost, not quite. I've left a bit to do this evening, but I'm determined to try and get this thing powered up today. So fingers crossed, we will. We will. Afternoon, Brett, how are you? Moguls. Oh, you're talking to George, not me. Okay. I think I've got everybody. I think I've said hello to everybody. Right. So we need to pop over and see somebody first, don't we? We need to pop over and see somebody. Oh, and I've kicked his camera. Oh, sorry, Penguin. Sorry, mate. Kicked his camera over, look. He's not going to be happy about that. He's not going to be happy about that. Sorry. Sorry, Mr. Penguin. So let's go and see him. There he is. And he's poised. He's ready. Cold hard cash. Okay, I'll catch up with the chat in a minute. So, Mr. Penguin has got something for me in the beer advent calendar down just by his hand, by the looks of it. For some reason, I was trying to spot where it was just now. I just could not for the life of me find where it was. So let's get in and grab number 5. See what we've got as a refreshment this evening. Oh, what about that penguin? You happy with that? I think I might have had that one before actually. Black Elf. Black Pale Ale. Wow. Nice. Hey. Thank you, penguin. He doesn't look very happy, that elf, actually. I suppose that's why. Because he's dark and devious, probably. There's a little story on the back as well, by the looks of it. What's it saying? Black Pale Ale makes no sense at all. Huh, unusual. It's a black pale ale. It's a black ale that tastes like American pale ale. Well, there you are. Wenlock, how you doing, mate? You're just up. That's brilliant. Thank you for dropping in, Wenlock. Must be early there, though. Right, where's my opener gone, then? I've lost my tool. Oh, there it is. I've got it to hand. We're okay. So I'm going to get it in the ceremonial cup. Let's get this in. So, Mr. Cody's very kindly gave me some capacitors yesterday when I met up with him. So thank you very much for that, Paul. Cheers, everybody. Hi, Jess. The clock is still working well. That's great. That was hi, David. If you don't know, the 1.4 valves don't glow in normal use. Nothing arrived yet, Rob, I don't think. Most not 505s are broken. You got speech empowerment there, Brett. Okay. Very nice. I have had that black elf before, I think, because they did a whole series of these. Now, what brewery is this? Ridgeway in Oxfordshire. Yeah, nice. 4.5%. So, yeah, that 7% the other night was a bit mad, wasn't it? So, did you all enjoy the video yesterday of the Mercedes battery management module? Bit different. I did lose some footage on that. I did shoot a lot more on that of the whole process, but for some reason it's gone off the face of the earth. I don't think I've lost it. It's here somewhere, but I can't find it. Well, I've lost it then, am I? Hey, hi Doug, how are you? You drink sherry? I do like sherry, actually. I don't mind a bit of Harvey's Bristol cream. You called it off gorge, did you? Was that cheddar gorge? Right, now I can't, for some reason, I've got to reset my password on Messenger. I can get to Messenger through Facebook, but I can't get Messenger on the app properly for some reason. I don't know what's going on. So Paul's pinged me something. What's Paul sent me? Vintage Superstore Cornwall. Oh, you got a penguin as well. Oh, very nice. Oh, that's your millivolt meter you bought, was it? Oh, a noise meter, decibel meter. Very nice. Did you get that yesterday, Paul? I didn't see that. That's what Paul's just sent me. That he's got his own penguin. Penguin. That looks like son of penguin. Yeah, nice Kenwood as well. That's interesting. Oh, I'm liking that. So that'll work great as an output meter for aligning sets on AM, won't it? Brilliant. Nice one. But let's zoom out a little bit and we'll have a look, see what I've been up to. So, as I say, I cracked on today and got it recapped. I thought, you know, we're just never going to finish it else, and I like to sort of try and move through a few things on the Christmas Live. I don't like to keep doing the same thing all the time, although I know people do like to see something completed. So let me go on in and I'll show you what I've done then so far. So let's get me a little pointy pointer. So what I did is I did these caps in this area. So there's a yellow one on top and there's another one hidden underneath. One over here. I also put this blue one in, which is the one that Mr. Cody's let me have. Well, in fact, he let me have 4, which I've got here. So thank you again, Paul, for that. So I've got 3 spare ones now. So that one's gone in there, look, nice and shiny. What else have I done? I've screwed these back in now. They're screwed back in. This one's not quite tight yet because I need to sort out the other thing that I bought yesterday. Well, I've got a couple things for this radio yesterday. I was tempted to go and see if I could pick up some valves for it, but it's better to get them from somewhere like that because you know they come from a good source. And last Christmas I did get all the valves for that massive great console radio, which I love that radio. It's got to be one of my favourite radios that has that Murphy I did last year. That's why I picked up another one. So top of the chassis, I've screwed back the thing because, oh yes, it's only got it. There it is, look at that. £9 to members, so I saved £1 on it. So thanks to the donations for my capacitor. So that one's got to go in now. Now the other thing that had to be done was this resistor down here. I can't quite get it in shot. This was the other thing that was dodgy. You are a nice guy, Paul. The goats are here. Can't you hear them, Rich? How you doing, mate? That's a bargain, a £5, Paul. Absolute bargain. So yeah, we got that. But I also bought 2 packs of resistors. If I can find them. I bought 7-watt resistors. I think I paid 50p a pack for these, or it might have been £1 a pack, I'm not sure, but 10 ohm and 150 ohm, and I need 310 ohm, you see, so I thought 2 of those and 1 of those, and I'm quids in, sorted. And I've got, what is there, 4, there was 5 in each pack, so I mean that's an absolute bargain. So what I've done is I've combined them. So I now have a, well, is it a 7 watt, or do you add the wattages together when you've got 3 in series? Does that make it a 21 watt, or are we still a 7 watt? I mean, surely the increased like insulator's got to mean it's a higher wattage than a 7. So I'm thinking that's a 21 watt. Derek, I couldn't resist them. Scalextrics controller? I always wanted a Scalextrics, Brett. We could never afford one. So I used to go around and play my mates. So that is my resistor that's going to replace this. Now my question, I have a question. Do I use this as my tag strip? Can I leave that in place and just mount that on top like that? Or am I going to cause some sort of weird voltage transfer into the coil? Obviously I would cut the coil ends, but this pretty much fits perfectly. If I put it there, it lines up with the contacts perfectly. I need to keep this yellow tag because that's just a tag strip. But 21 watts. I think I am right, Nick, aren't I? Yeah, scope meter would be brilliant if it does work, Paul. As I say, I have got one here that Mr. Aston is having at some stage to have a look at for me. So, yeah, can I mount them? Do I need to take all this wire off? Or can I leave the wire on and, you know? I mean, the other thing is it's not very stable. I could put a cable tie around it, but then is a cable tie going to melt with the heat of this thing? And is the 21 watts enough? They play. They play. Take off the old wire. Yeah, I would definitely disconnect the old resistance. I mean, it's only connected between the blue and the red. Just seems a shame to pull all that off, really, doesn't it? Because it is part of the radio, but I don't know. Oh, his only has one trace, does it? Yeah, I mean, the other thing I've got to check is that once it's off, I've got enough clearance so as it doesn't touch this metal panel that's going on. So we've got a metal panel goes on there, haven't we? I don't think it will. Yeah, I don't think it will. So I think as general consensus is that we take this off in that, this wire, which is a bit of a shame, but end of the day, I don't like it at all. So hopefully my 21 watt or 15 watt will be enough. I've measured that and it's about 314 ohms. So click the lead showing the wire. Can I mount the new resistor pack elsewhere? Put an old blank circuit board between them. I don't think I've got just a fiberglass one, and the fiberglass might get affected with the heat. I don't know. I think mine are all either single-sided or double-sided copper, but we are dealing with mains voltage, don't forget. This is directly on the mains. I think what I'll do, I mean, I think once the two outer ones are soldered down, there is a possibility that they could move about a little bit, but not a lot. So I'll get this unwound, I think. I think the 8-ball thing should be working. If anyone wants to mess about with 8-ball, or I can't remember what else it used to do, that Stream Elements. There is loads of commands on it, isn't there? You can basically ask the 8-ball a question. So yeah, we've got that one to fit, and we've got this to sort, and then I reckon that we can power it up. So let's get our finger out and get it done. Although I've got one other advent calendar to open yet, haven't I? So let's do that first. Let's get that one open. This is from Ben and Sandra, the Haynes advent calendar, and number 5 is at the top. Christ, don't know my own strength here. Oh, hello, we've got a bit of wire. Just a bit of wire. Just a bit of wire today. Let's see what it says about me bit of wire. So after yesterday's part, this is what we've got so far. We've got a little board with a speaker. Again, I put this together earlier. Basically, as you touch it, the light lights, and there's a little pip in the speaker. So I don't know what the wire is for. Let's have a look. A switch made from wire. Okay, so they want you to yeah, they're just saying you can use a bit of wire as a switch, but we won't worry about that today, because that'll come in useful for something else later on, I think, when we're wiring the circuit up. So yeah, a bit of wire today. So let's put that one to bed for a minute. And let's crack on. So thank you, Ben and Sandra, for that one. Brilliant. Okay. Let's commit sacrilege and cut this off. Get my eyes on. But it's just really not that safe to keep on, I don't suppose. It might be easier for me to just run through that with a scalpel actually and pull the lot off. Maybe not. Of course, it's varnished on, isn't it, as well? That's not going to do my scalpel blade any good. That's for the craft knife. Yeah, a lot of this wire is quite badly burnt, so it's got to go. It's like cutting hair. Theo T. Thank you very much, mate. Much appreciated. Here we are. Be giving Sean a run for his money, Mr. Man Cave. So yeah, I don't think I can mount it with a cable tie. Anyone else got any suggestions on how to sort of attach it to the board? It really has carbonized that up quite bad and swollen it up. Nasty. There we are, it is done. That is quite toasty underneath there, look. Well, I've got a hole there already in it. I could stick some wire around. I think I'm going to be quite lucky, because if you look, the terminals match up absolutely perfectly. Really, really good match. I think I might wrap this with Kapton tape though, because it's a bit manky. It's a bit manky. Just giving it a dose with isopropyl. Let's get off any grease. And the back. Thomas, how are you, mate? How's Susie? Merry Christmas to you as well, mate. Welcome. Toaster element, yeah. Yeah, let me grab some nice big thick Kapton. I've got the thick stuff here somewhere. Where's my thick stuff? Don't you jump on me. Ooh, well held. Oh, I can never find this stuff. Yeah, that'll do it. Back up out the way. Stop it cascading all over me. Oh, what's Ben saying? Am I not doing the right thing here, Ben? Are these not man enough? Hi, Graham. Sorry, hi, Steve. Even cracking up. Do I need bigger resistors? Is that what we're saying? Scrap that bit. See, I thought if you added resistors in series, then you actually added up the wattage as well. I don't know how much current flows in it, to be honest. I wouldn't have thought it was more than an amp. Surely this has got to be far better than that just bit of wire. So I've given that a good wrapping with Kapton tape. It's got carbonated underneath, so whether that would cause us any issues. How the hell it was working? Well, I can feel it's sort of like delaminated this board in one place. I'm happier with that. So much so that I'm going to have some more black elf, I think. Afternoon, Mac Vision. So what I'm going to try and do is mount these here. I have got the option, because there's a hole there, I could actually, I wonder if there's a hole in there. I'm getting tangled up already, look, and I've only just started. I've got little bits of wire everywhere on the bench here. So I could stick me a bit of copper wire or something around just to hold it all in place. Let's just see if this has got a hole all the way through. Was it copper wrap? I really don't know, Brett. I mean, literally, it was like an electric fire, wasn't it? I really don't know the thought behind it. I mean, we've got some knowledgeable guys on here that might be able to answer that, but I can't. Because I ain't got the knowledge. I ain't got it. I don't think that's I think that's just a tag point. There's no what am I trying to say? There is no hole in that I can poke a wire through. Is there? Oh no, there is. There is. There is. Let's get my eyes on it and see what I'm up to then. Safe. that's one hole cleared. Let me just eye this up then. So if I was to go up, stick that in there, that side. So there's some more leg material to the legs to beef it up. No, I see what you're saying, Brett. Potentially I could. Yeah, good call. Let's get it sort of central. Oh, he says, bashing it. Probably want it more in the middle of the board, don't I, really? So if I go like that, and if I bend that leg just there, 90 degrees. Yeah, that'll work. So do the same with this one. Right, where's me sucker arc on? Let's see if I can solder suck this off. Ron, maybe heat sinks on top of the resistors. How you doing, Ron, anyway? Maybe heat sinks on top of the resistors. I don't think there's any room, Ron, to do that, because there's a metal cover that goes over it. Let's have a go. Well, what do you think? I mean, it looks lovely and neat. So I could wrap some copper wire around it. I mean, it's insulated, so I have got enough room there. Just looking to see if I've actually got enough physical room to, so that's it clipped in as it is. Where's this screw into? It screws into there. Let me see. Yeah, I've got clearance there all the way up through. And I mean, it is, if you can see that, but it is ventilated as well. So if you look up inside there, you can see my resistors. And we've got, all of this is ventilated. So I think that might have got it, you know. Thanks, Ron. Cheers. Use hot melt glue, yeah. I mean, I could epoxy him, but again, epoxy is not really hot enough. Not hot enough. Right, where's the goats? Where are they? Come on, it's a double goat that was. That's a double goater. We're going to power it soon, Steve. I've done this. I'm happy with that now. It might get a bit too hot, I don't know. But next up, we've got to do this one. So this is the cap that I've bought. It's got to go in there, so let's stick him in. So tight, he's tight. Let's just loosen that a bit more. There we are. So we'll look at the lead length. That one there. So I might want to just turn it that way a bit. Yeah, okay. I think that way will work best. Let's just tighten that up. And that one. There we are. Thanks, Les. So they've got little slots in these, so what we can do is we can get the wire in and around the top, so there's plenty of room there, although I'm just doing that with the wrong wire. So this is the negative. I have the lamp limiter at the ready. push it right down in the slot. I should be able to grab hold of that and pull it around just to sort of lock it in place. Looks okay. Let's just shove it right down. That's that one. Solder that on. Let's just turn the heat down a little bit. I've got this set at 370 at the moment because of what I was doing earlier. Let's go back to 350. More than enough. One on, two to go. Derek, how are you? Simap, how are you, mate? You could use foil or heat compound to join those resistors to the plate that covers them. Would act as a big heat sink. Oh, I see what you're saying, Simap. My only concern is whether that would cause... I don't suppose it is. It's well insulated, isn't it? No, it's a good call. Good call. Let's crack on and get these done. So have a look here. So I can cut that one up there. Come on, you know you want to come off of there. Thank you. I think you can see what I'm up to, but I will get you in a little bit closer. Danish, how you doing? Thank you very much, mate. JB Weld, chemical metal. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You don't know. We don't want to break this new capacitor. £9. £9. But I think that probably is the cheapest way of getting them, isn't it? Is at the British Vintage Wireless Society events. Right. Let's burn that one on. It is nice to be able to use a proper cap on this, so thanks to everybody for contributing towards that. I'll put a little bit more solder on that one. There we go. What do you think? Thank you, Rob. Gotta go and get washed. Catch up tonight. Yeah, see you later, Rob. Thank you very much, mate, for the super chat. Much appreciated. I did sign up. Yeah, I've got some pictures to show you in a bit. I just want to crack on and get this this radio sorted as much as I can. I think that we're sort of almost ready. I've got to stick this, oh, steady, Christ. I've got to stick this white wire back in here. The red one's not particularly great either. It is sort of in there though. Saying that doesn't really matter, does it? I just don't like a wire hanging about, but then I'm thinking about it, I've got this hanging about anyway on my, so it's not really essential to do this, but I'll see if I can just tack it back on for a minute. Soaking up the old heat, this is. Come on. What's the bet that I go and touch this now that I've heated it right up to like mental heat? A bit more power on the iron. Let's chuck it up again to 370. Apologies if you can see what I'm up to. Okay. Just does not seem to go in there at all. Yeah, I think what's happened is the wire's broken off, and the piece of wire that's in there is stopping this going in any further. So I think that's going to be a leave it alone for now. Let's take that one as well, just to stop it dropping. I did say I'd touch that, didn't I? God, that's quite warm. It's quite warm. Ah, Paddy, how you doing, mate? Thank you. 500? What's your dial cord? Yeah, I know. The dial cord killer strikes again. Right, I think we may be able to power this up now. What do you think? Is there anything that I should do prior? I mean, I ought to just check across the two wires with a multimeter to make sure we've got we haven't got a dead short. Should also attach the knobs back on because we don't want to be touching the controls because it's a live chassis. So let's zoom back out. So that's a nice new shiny cap gone in. It's typical, they're all facing the wrong way, aren't they? going to be the tuning probably. Which is jammed in there. Now, one of these is the mains. Oh, that's volume, I think. This one must be the switch for mains or battery then. So probably want the one with a pointer on it for the mains battery, don't I? Let me get my dial plate up. So it could go that way, or it could go that way. I think it's that way. I think that's the mains battery. That's the medium long wave switch. That's the tuning. Yeah, so it's that way round. I suppose I ought to put the what am I trying to say? I ought to put the cover back on here, but I just want to be able to have a look underneath here just to make sure there's nothing going on, there's nothing shorted. Bearing in mind we are still using the original rectifiers in this, so anything can happen really. That's that. I need to pop the valves back in. I need to pop in the valves back in, so I'm just going to give each of the valve seats a squirt with this for a minute. Just a bit of switch cleaner. And then I've got to work out which valve goes where, so let me get my book back out again. I haven't watched Manuel's one yet, but I know he loves a nice dial cord, doesn't he, old Manuel? He loves the dial cord on Manuel. I hate the blimmin' things. Well, once you've done a German set and done the dial cord on that, you can pretty much do most of them, to be fair. Right. Let me just find out which valve's which. Let's get the layout up if I can find it. Okay, here we go. So V1 is an IC2. Let's get me valves back out. So valve 1 is up here. IP11 and IS5 and IC2. So IC2, IC2. Right, V2 is the IF3. I think this is the one that was strange, wasn't it? Now, wasn't that the IT4 or the 1T4? IT4. I think that was the 1T4 V2. I don't think I've got any of these spare if I do break one, so I'm trying to be sort of fairly careful. Okay, V3 is the IFD9. Is this the one? Now that's the one with the shield on it. So we'll pop his shield back on. Spring-loaded this shield as well, very clever. I'll tell you what I haven't done is checked the filaments on all of these. And the last one got to be this one. The output valve IP11. I've also got to put the speaker back in. Don't really want wires touching the output valve. Right, now which way up does this go then? It goes that way up. So I've got the speaker now. It's getting close. It's getting close. Right, bear with me, I'm just going to skip to the loo and wash my hands off as well because I've got all sorts of nastiness all over them. That's better, that's better. Right. Gone to the bog yet? You need a loo intermission tune when you're waiting. I'll have to get one. I'll have to get a copyright-free loo intermission tune. Dear, oh dear. Right, let's just hook this speaker back up. Are you all excited? Because we are going to power this up very shortly. I hope. Well, we definitely need to be monitoring the HT, I think, don't we? Just to see if this rectifier is okay. Well, we've got two rectifiers in there, haven't we? Yeah, that was some fresh solder in there, really. Right, speaker's reconnected. Let's I better put it back. Yeah, because I'm not going to move the set about else. I'm going to have to put some screws back in this. It'll also make it a bit more stable as well. Yeah, I think it could be. It is a live chassis, Danish for sure. But I should be okay. Famous last words, isn't it? Because I am using an isolation transformer, and I put fresh underwear on this morning. This makes the set a lot more rigid as well, because it's flopping about all over the shop without this panel on. The only thing is, it makes it really difficult to see inside the radio. The other thing that we've got to do is we've got to stick the bottom cover on to make the battery contact, haven't we? Or we've got to try and bridge them out. Can't bridge them out, so I'm going to have to stick the bottom panel on it somehow. Now, where's the bottom panel? Up here. Yeah, this has got the battery contacts. I don't suppose it matters. They're just, I could stick it that way round, I suppose, couldn't I? So I want to be able to see inside. They're pretty gank as well. Gonna have to give these a good going over a minute with the fiberglass nasty. God, these are really tarnished. Bridge it out. Yeah, I can't bridge it out without taking all this apart, Steve, I don't think. Let me have a look. Can I take that off now? Yeah, not that easy, Steve. No, I'm going to go with sticking the panel back on. My original plan. Let me just get the contacts cleaned up a minute. Hey, don't you diss our local barn dances and that. I can't get into there. Polka. The Christmas polka. Well, I mean, how easy is it to monitor with all this in the way, I wonder? I could bridge it out, but it means I've got to pull that whole top section apart. And I'm just asking for trouble doing that, so I'm not going to. So we can still monitor it through here. So I can see the top and the bottom at the same time. That's all taped up. That's our mains cable. Right, let's get moving. Let's get some fire in the hole. Yes. Right. Let's get sensible and sort out what we're up to here. So I've got the old quick test. That is going onto the wires, which I've bared back, and you know, I'm sure you can guess what fuse was in the plug, which I've thrown away. It was a good old 13 amp. Not that it matters, because I'm going into variac, which has got a cutout on it. So if we've got a short anywhere, our lamp limiter is certainly going to show us that. So let me clear up a bit, clear the decks, because don't want anything anywhere near this radio when we're firing it up. Aerial. It's got this yellow thing is the aerial paddy. It's actually sort of like squashed in between two yellow bits of insulation tape. That is the aerial. Let's get all this wire off the desk. These little shards of nastiness. Hazmat suit, Dave, yeah. Oh, a safe block. I'll tell you what, there was some really, really nice old kit at that auction yesterday. I think the star item went for 2,800 quid, I think. I don't know if it was the star item or not, but it certainly went for a lot of money. I think that was their highest selling bit of kit. We'll have a look at some pictures that I took in a minute. Right, L radio. Incidentally, I did put some more 500 picofarad capacitors in on the aerial supplies there. Right, let's get the lamp limiter up, which I prepared earlier, with a 60 watter in it. So that's the lamp limiter. So I've got lamp bypass, we need that in lamp, we need the radio plugged in there, and then we're going to plug the other end into the variac. That's the idea. That's the plan. Right, so we're that way round, are we? No, we're that way. So we're going to be going that way for mains. Volume up full. Tuning, well, somewhere there. And what are we on? Medium, long. We'll go medium wave. I've not cleaned any switches or anything like that yet, so I don't know what's going to be happening. So let's plug this into the variac. And turn everything off here a minute so as I can hear what's going on, so I can hear fizzing and popping and banging and right, that's zooming out a bit more, and you can probably see the light there in the background. So I'm plugged into the isolation transformer, which has got a built-in variac down there. And obviously got my lamp limiter in behind there. So we're on. Switch that on. I'm going to go into lamp position. So this is the key. Right. Isolation transformer on. I think we're ready. Let's get my glass off the table because that's metal. Now, where do we want to be looking really? Where's the business end? This is my resistors, isn't it? Don't worry, I've got no voltage on it at the moment. That is all clamped in. You can see the valves. That needs to be just up out of the way. Right, okay, let's start winding it up. If we've got dead short, really the bulb will light pretty sharpish. So I'm going up to 100 volts. So I'm on 100 volts at the moment. Let's just turn that overhead light off a little bit. Is that glowing? No, we've got no glow in there. I was going to monitor the HT, but it's difficult to do with it in this position unless I need to measure the HT after the rectifier, which is on the top of that capacitor, which I can't really get to. So no glowing. Which was the volume again? That's medium long. Volume is that one, yeah. So we're up full, we're on the mains position. Well, nothing's happening yet, let's pump it up more. Let's go 150. Still nothing, no glow. No hiss. I think that's just a metal rectifier, isn't it, rather than a selenium rectifier? Right, it's drawing 30 milliamps now, so something's happening. Let's go up to 180. It might start drawing something at 180. 40 milliamps. Nothing on the lamp. This is going to be one of these sets that wants it all up it, isn't it? You would measure the valve heaters. Yeah, we should really have made sure. I mean, I did check. No, sorry, 2. So it's 50-50, Steve. We're drawing 50 milliamps, though. Dom's, you can see Dom's from space. Okay, so let's go to 200 volts. No smoke. $60 milliamps. You would have thought it'd been drawn a bit more than that, really, so. Let's give it to the full 240 then. So full whack. $70 milliamps. Could take a while to heat up, I don't know, but to me it's we didn't really test the speaker, did we, Theo? Good call. We got a dodgy volume switch, or there's DC on it. Well, the set is humming a little bit. Let's give it full whack. It's humming even more now. So we've got quite a loud hum. They're in series, Steve. The problem is, because I haven't got the top plate on, this is getting hooked up in the Mac, but does seem pretty dead. I mean, it's Wow. What do you think? There's nothing. There's nothing. Feel them to see if they're warm to the touch. Try my own aerial. I didn't clean the switches at all, Matambo. Be careful what I'm grabbing hold of here. Let's just unplug it. It is all isolated now. Let me just have another beer. Nervous time. Certainly the output is humming. That's for sure. What are you doing here, Graham? Just make sure I've got no voltage left in those caps. So I could, no, if I'm getting noise, that must mean that my series, pardon me, string of caps is okay, isn't it? Well, that's interesting. There's nothing, no DC on that cap at all. No DC on the cap. Let's give the switches a bit of a service to make sure there's nothing else. Is there anything on that? No, there's nothing. Okay, let's just check the resistance of that speaker. Although I am connected to the... Let's just disconnect that one there. So I am disconnected from everything now. Just going to quickly check the resistance of that speaker. But then saying that, we have got noise in the speaker, haven't we, when we turn the dial, so that should be fine. Or when we rotate the volume switch, but it's like it's sat there with no IF or anything. Yeah, so we've got 3 ohms on the speaker, that was okay. Let's get some squirtage going on. Rectifier. But if the rectifier was down, it's not got a rectifier valve, is it? It's a multiplexing diode. Right, where are we? That's our volume pot there. Let's feel how hot they're getting. Well, they're getting hot. They are getting hot, those. Yeah, they're getting pretty toasty. They're not like too hot I can't put my hand on them, but they are pretty hot. Probably me got something disconnected still, I suspect. That's the main, so that's the volume there. So I'm going to have to take this panel here off again to get to the volume. I don't think that's going to make a lot of difference cleaning the volume pop, because I mean, it could be that badly corroded that it's not letting any signal through, but and if the Volve filaments were going, I wouldn't get any hum or anything out of it, would I? If the Volve filaments are gone. Yeah, I can measure voltages direct up the top here, no problem at all. I've got all the Volve bases here in front of me, so as long as I can work out what pin's which is what usually baffles the hell out of me. I think these particular ones look like they're McMurdo type ones with a little pip between the heater. Right. Now we should be able to get into the volume. Well, that's freed it up a lot anyway, if it's not done anything else. So we can certainly give it an aerial. Volves getting hot. Not really. Oh. So we've got plenty of deoxit in that one. Just wondering if I could sort of rest it like that with the base on it. Where's that dripping out of now? It's a bit dodgy, isn't it? To say the least. So let me just have a look at the aerial setup on here. What does it say? Yeah, I'm not sure about the aerial side of it. Yeah, I'm not sure about the pinouts on the aerial. I mean, I'm assuming this is the aerial, because that goes off to there. So it must be to connect up an external aerial. Yeah, this is all too precarious to operate like that, unfortunately. So I am going to have to put this back on, which is a pain because I can't see a lot then. But I do want to get a clip on that, ideally, on the HT, just to see what HT I've got on this thing. Can I do that safely? Let's have a look. Let's use one of these big old leads. So that's the HT coming in on that one there. Right, let me get some of these screws back in. And we'll see if squirting that has made any difference. I'm not thinking it's going to, personally, but yeah, the aerial setup seems strange because with the bottom cover on, you can't connect anything to the aerial. Not sure how you're supposed to do that. You don't know what the thinking is behind that. HT should be 90 volts, Steve, shouldn't it? Right, well, we can test that because I've just hooked up that wire to it. Right, so that's our HT, so we can have a look at that as it's coming up. And the chassis should be ground, I think, shouldn't it? In theory. Right, going back in again. Okay, fire on the hole. So I've got 240 volts on it and nothing on the HT yet. And it's not drawn any current. Okay, so what have I done wrong here? Maybe I'm in battery, that's the point. Did exercise one of those switches, didn't I? So mains. Yeah, I was off on the top there. Okay. Rookie mistake. That's my excuse. Right, let's try it again. Well, we've certainly got 176 volts on the HT. Which one was the volume again? We don't appear to have any IF though. We've definitely got hum, but volume plot sounds a lot better. But we've got 204 volts on the HT. Okay, we've got no RF at all. I don't think it's down to the aerial. I'm not sure though, is that? What is wrong with you, little set? I'll tell you what, that's getting nice and warm there. So I'm measuring that on the put the lamp back in. I'm measuring that on the top of the capacitor, which is a wire coming off of the selenium, I believe. Or is that the incoming mains I'm measuring, maybe? No, it can't be, because interesting. Check the plate voltage at the output valve. Let's go back to the schematic. Well, it's difficult because you've got to refer to like 3 things at once, so you really need the paper manual. Let me see if I can print this out a minute. Black and white. Let's just print this out, then I've got a better chance of finding out what the voltages are supposed to be and what pins are what, because otherwise I'm just stabbing around in the dark. So let's get the schematic up for you. Screen cap, cube. Okay, so I'm probably got it stuck on the top of C42, or have I got it on the other one? See, that says 90 volts there, HT plus, but that's off battery. If it comes down here, I suppose it's still 90 volts because it's being dropped by this lot. So C41 and C42 are the 2 in the cans. So 198. Well, that's what I'm measuring. So I'm on the top of C41, aren't I? I need to be on the top. I need to be on the top of C42 probably to see if I've got this 90 volts. Let's try that a minute. Oh, let's pull that silly thing out. While we're printing. This is annoying. I obviously know why they do it, for safety reasons. It's got an interlock on the case, so if you pull the bottom off, you can't stick your hands in there with it live. Right, let's try that in the other one. So we're looking for 90 volts on that rail. So I was just connected to the wrong rail, I think. Raw DC. So on lamp, let's pop that on then. So now I'm measuring the other side, which should be 90 volts. And that ain't doing a lot, is it? I mean, I'm connected back up now. Oh, hang on. Let's take that out of the works. Let's try that again. So let's bypass it. No, 0.2 of a volt. What's Theo saying? I'm getting confused here because lots of people are... warm equals bad. Check the plate voltage at the output valve. I can't hear anything at the moment because my printer's churning out loads of paper. But we've got 0.2 volts on the HT. I don't know if you can see that. I only checked 2 of them, Derek, out of the 4. Anode to US? What's that, Steve? So let's leave that one in. Just pop it back off again, and I'm going to pull that lead off. Oh, hang on. Ha, it'd come off that. Oh, great. That could be why. Let's try that again. Try that again. Let's try that again. That's better. So we've got 75 volts. Just let it heat up for a minute. On the HT. Let's give it full power. So our HT is only 74 volts. No, Derek, I didn't check the heaters out of circuit. I checked 2 out of 4 of them. So why have we only got 74 volts? It's got to be the rectifier then, hasn't it? It could just be that the aerial's not working, you know. Because I am getting hiss. I don't know if you can hear it. seem to be getting a lot of hum off of it though, which doesn't seem right. I mean, I've got a new filter cap in it, so why am I getting so much hum? Even at low volume, at 0 volume. The hum doesn't seem to alter much. Tell you what, it does get pretty warm. I expect that's my my resistor pack in there. Okay, let's stick the signal generator on then. I'm not going to couple it in directly. I'm just going to at least couple it with a loop. If Father Christmas will let me have the loop. Get off of it. It's mine, not yours. Dear, oh dear. Okay, is that one plugged in? No. This one is. Okay. Right, just let me hook up the signal generator, see if we can get a signal into it. If it was a short, surely that would light the bulb though, Derek, but I mean, we've got all the original resistors in there, so there could well be some resistors have gone mentally high in it. It could be a dodgy valve. We'll try and get an IF through it. I'm going to stick my loop area in if I can find my adapter and a BNC lead. N-type? Yeah, it's okay. So let's see if we can push the IF through it. Might narrow it down to just the oscillator. Where did I put my lead? Up there. No, we want to be probably over that side over there somewhere. Let's find out what the IF is. Pair, that's your thing for what fault finding, isn't it? I can't remember what it is now, Steve. Power supply, aerial. Can't remember. Right, let me just see if we get a signal through this thing then. Let me get my thing up, just to see what it is. 470 IF, so frequency 470 kilohertz, didn't like that. 0.470 megahertz then, there we go, okay. Let's stick a massive signal up it. Let's go with, I don't know, 10 millivolts. 30% AM, doesn't really matter on the IF, I don't suppose. Let's see if that'll come through then. Should be outputting that, 470 kilohertz. 10 millivolts. No, there's nothing there. There ain't nothing coming through that. No IF coming through there. There was like a metal chink when I switched off of the lamp then. Let's put in no, I mean that would be absolutely blasting now if there was anything there. No, no IF coming through it. Nope. Okay. Let's get my printout then. Let's see if I can work out what the hell is what on these Volve bases. Oh Christ, it's a massive manual I've just printed out. Flipping heck. I printed it out on my blimmin', oh dear me, like it's almost cardboard. Oh well, that was a bit of a waste. Never mind. Okay, time to have a look at the manual, see what voltages was. I mean, we haven't got the HT. If we haven't got the HT, surely. Did someone twist the IF screws out? I mean, one of the IFs does look like it's been messed with, to be fair. Let me go through them. Chuck it in the bin, a pile of poo. Yeah, we've got to be there somewhere. I need to find these. Okay, now we've got something interesting here. So this is a picture of the underside of the chassis with the pins showing the voltages. Wow, only on, not showing anything on. No, that's not even a Volve. It doesn't give me all the voltages, it just gives me some voltages. Okay. Sounds like our 8-ball's working. Yay! Good old 8-ball. If no IF, put audio on the grid of the DAF Volve. No thank you, Steve. I don't like touchy. No touchy. Right, let's just check these valves then. So we've got a hellish tight chassis to work on. The wires are absolutely rammed in here. So if I go from V1 and we just check, I mean, we haven't got we're not going to have 90 volts on that pin because we've got no radio is disconnected, by the way. We've got no 90 volts HT. So let me get my bearings. So it could be that we got a dodgy oscillator valve, couldn't it? But I don't know. Like you say, you can hear the audio, so that would indicate the audio stage probably is okay. It doesn't seem to be changing in volume. Where's my eyes? Grid is okay. The grid is very low voltage. Okay to touch the grid. Oh, I see what you're saying. Right, okay. Put audio on the grid of the DAF valve. Well, I hear what you're saying, George, but I don't think I've done anything wrong as such. So we should have 85 volts. Where am I? No, I'm on the wrong one. This is this one here we're looking at now, which is V4. We want V1. So V1 is up here, okay. Let's disconnect that off the HT then. It's not going to come off now, is it? So, let's see if I can get a clip lead on this. And we'll have a go at injecting what Steve said. If there's no voltage on the grid. We have a look here. What are we looking for on V1? There should be 60 volts on. It's just so crammed in here, it's unreal. So where's our little pip for the... I think it's got to be... You're going to have to bear with me, people, while I just get my head around what pin is what on these valves. Because it's so tight, I can't blimmin' see in here even. I'll say it could be a shorted wire somewhere, it could be a wire hanging off, it could be a number of things, couldn't it? I can't see in there, you know. I'll say these have normally got like a little, well, they've got a gap. We have a full-on gap. Okay, there's our gap there. Okay, so that's the filament there. Between those two, so the gap there, so that's that one. So coming around this way, this wire here, which is the filament, and next to the filament the 90 volts there. 1, 2, and 60 volts there. So that's one, so that should be 90 volts. And that's the anode by the looks of it, I think. 90 volts on the anode. Let's plug in and start poking. I'm only kidding. I'm not going to just go poking. So that one there should be 90. I'm more likely to short it out by putting a lead in there than I am to just put my probe in there. So I'm just going to probe it. So I think, I mean, the selenium's obviously not working, is it? If we've only got 90 volts, surely. Still got the lamp in at the moment. So, you see that? Yeah, okay. So this pin here should have 90 volts on it. So we've got our HT on, that's 74. But that is all our HT is. So the other pin that should have voltage is that one, that one, that 1, 2, 3 on. 1, 2, 3 on. So there's that one there. Should have 60 volts, it's got 53. This is V1. So that's the only 2 voltages they've given me on that. V2. Should have 90 volts again there. Can't see now. There. Yeah, so we've certainly got our HT there. 90 volts there. And 34 volts on the next pin there. We've got 38 there, so that's a little bit high. This is V2, but nothing like major yet. Let's try V3. So this is, let's just try the heater voltage. Is that right? 1.8 on the heaters? Well, we've got to go across the heaters to measure the voltage on them. 1.8. 3 volts on that one. That one is noisy, that valve, isn't it? Careful. Let's try. Let me stand up a minute. So let's try that. 0.9. Whoa! Oh, that's connected to ground. Okay, so I should have. I got 0.9 on that filament. .9 on that one. 4.8 the other side. That's cool. I don't know. Hang on, I've got to go back to the voltage readings because I'm just poking around randomly here now. So where are we? So that's our filament there. Then we got that one there. Then the next one, this one here, should be 26 volts. It's showing 19.9, so 20 volts. So we've got voltage there. And the next one should be 24 volts. Yeah, okay. And the output valve should be the HT there, 85 volts. So I mean, we've got low HT. Did I have that on? No, I got that on lamp. Hang on. Let's bypass that. Let's try again. I had it on lamp limit. So that might bring the voltages up a little bit. Let's try that again. 75 should be 90. And that one should be 60. 54. 90. .75. Should be 34, it's 32, but it looks 31. I mean, the voltages don't look too bad. I'm sure the others are going to be fine because we have got the voltages there. So I think as far as the voltages go, they're okay. So if we had a dodgy valve, I mean, with that HT being low, would that make it so as the circuit wouldn't work, or are we saying that that's enough to make it work? Yeah, I think you're right, Steve. I'm going to go and get the correct toilet situation going in a minute. Just got to skip to the loo again. It smells like Mrs. Cruncher's got the tea underway. It's all good fun. So I think the voltages aren't far off. It's just the fact that our HT is down. You know, I mean, I think that is a bit low, isn't it? When it should be 90. We've got what, 74? Still do something. Very good, George. Yeah, we don't want to encourage people to do that, do we, really? So the only reason the HT is likely to be down is that rectifier, surely. There's nothing really else, is there, that would cause it? I mean, I can check the rectifier. Oh, no worries, thank you. What's it mean? What's it me? I've still got hairs up both nostrils, thank you very much. Just trying to see if I can get onto those terminals directly off the rectifier. I don't think I can. I'm trying to think how I got in there to start with. This is disconnected, by the way. So that's the... Hang on, and so that goes through. That surely can't be right there. Got a wire underneath the fuse. Yeah, those resistors are pretty warm still, but not too bad. What's that, Steve? Correct, fix rectifier first. Yeah. Might bring it up too much. So rectifier then, this is where the fun begins, isn't it? Begans, huh? Begans, sound like Borat. Begans. Certainly got a very nice manual now, printed out on really thick paper. Just trying to find the circuit diagram. Circuit alignment. Can't align something that ain't working. Get it working first. I don't know, Paddy. It's a metal fender. It's a metal rectifier, I think. Whether it's selenium, I don't know. I just don't know. Right, let me get the bit of paper that's got the power supply on it. Okay. So I mean, the only thing that's different that I've done is I've cut out the across the line cap, but that shouldn't make any difference. So the mains comes directly in. Let's get the circuit up for you. Yeah, I think that's definitely the case, Doug, but let's get you on the circuit diagram a minute, you can have a look. Right, well, where am I? Let's make sure I'm right here. Okay. Let's go there. No, we don't want to go there. We want to go there. Okay. So we know we've got 200 volts here, don't we? That's on the top of this capacitor. Let's just zoom in a little bit further. So this is our Am I looking at the right rectifier? Is that big one MR2? No, it's got to be this one, MR1. Scary stuff. I want the underside chassis picture, please. Can you let me have that? Let's make sure I've got the right way around. I think the other rectifier is that little tiny thing on the tag strip. I think that's MR2. There we go. Yeah, MR2 is the little tiny one on that tag strip. So MR1 must be the biggie underneath. It's not actually marked on the layout at all. I don't suppose you can see it, can you, on either side of the chassis, really? So we've got 240 volts here. Sorry, 200. We've got 200 volts at 0.71 lut. We've got 200 volts there. So surely that must mean that that rectifier is okay if we've got 200 volts there. We've only got, hang on, where are we? Yeah, so this is where we've only got 75 volts here on this one. I'm pretty sure that is the correct one I'm looking at, C41, C42. I will get there. I will get there. Just might take me a while. It'll take me a lot longer than you guys that know it. Yeah. So C41, C42 is in that can, definite. Both 32 microfarads. So it's getting its power off of here. Where's that meaty? This is different though, isn't it? Because this is a different model, so we need to go down to the BU183M instructions. Let me just get that back in screen. There's a different layout on the power supply. Here we go. This is what we want. I'm getting there. Slowly, slowly. Slowly, slowly, catchy monkey. So filament current control, we don't need to worry about that. So this is our no, ignore that. So this is our 310. So after the 310 resistor, we are getting, well, 200 to 210 volts, look, here, which we got that. I mean, it was in the 250 volt position before. I've now got it in the 240 volts. But if I'm in the 250 volts, it's going through even more resistors, isn't it? Unless we've got a problem with one of these resistors, one of these three. But yeah, this is just the selector on the transformer. So I think that's got to be okay if we've got 200 volts at C41. That's got to be okay, hasn't it? Unless it's dropping the voltage when the current's being drawn, but it can't be, because I was monitoring that and it was 200 volts. So answers on a postcard. Tambo. Four good diodes and a 100 ohm resistor and bypass that rectifier. Which one, Steve? I haven't got a DC supply that big, Theo, unfortunately. I can only do 60 volts. Big thing with the heatsink, Paddy. Just catching up with the chat. Bypass MR2. Okay. Interesting. When you say bypass, you mean just stick a diode across it? Okay, so most of this so MR2 could be causing the problem, couldn't it? Because that's on the HT minus. Bypass MR2. So what do I stick in there? A 1N4007? So it's got to go that way. I will carry on going for a bit. It is sort of about time for me to get sorted, but I do want to try and get to the bottom of this. So this is it in this black bit of sleeve in here. I need to see which way round it goes, so ideally. It's got 100 in parallel, is it? Where's that then? Let me get my layout a minute. Okay, so it's got a R32 in parallel with it. Yeah, that's that one there. Let's get back in the room. Let's get back in it. So I don't know how well you can see it, but this is the MR2 here. So you're thinking something could be dragging the voltage down, George? Right, okay. Yeah, good shout. So Steve, you're saying to bypass it, you mean stick a normal diode in there rather than this MR2 thing, whatever the hell that is. MR2 should be bypassed by the mains battery selector switch anyway, unless the switch is not working. I think it is working, Rich, because when I had it in the battery position just now, it wasn't working. And switched it over to mains and it worked. So it is switching it off. That switch is working. but good call. So I think that rectifier is okay because we've got the 200 volts. I'm not sure what this MR2 does. That 200 marked on the diagram is not an indication of what should be at that point, so MR1 may be duff still. Okay. That's really confused me now, Derek, but thanks again for your help, mate. Okay, so I pulled MR2. Get that in just. So we should have a diode there, shouldn't we? But what sort of drop are we likely to see on one of these then? Nothing that way. Well, I'm not seeing any voltage drop on that at all. I'm in diode mode, I believe, yeah. Just check it on resistance. Open circuit that way. Open circuit that way. I mean, I would say that's knackered, but I mean, I can just stick a normal mains rectifier diode across that, can't I? I mean, it might make the voltage too high. I can't get a diode reading or an ohms reading on that at all. So let's see what he looks like in. Oh, look at him! He's pretty. He's pretty. Yeah, there's a bit of corrosion on it, but it's a baby thing, isn't it? It's a lot bigger than that. Where's my eyes gone? Oh, I think we're going to have we're going to have a number 4 on this, I think, aren't we? Can't see me finishing this now. Unless this amazingly cures it. It does look like that diode's knackered. The purple faded to blue. I mean, they're all the same, really, just different current ratings, isn't it? Depending which one you use. Just going to disconnect this and stick a diode in. It might need a dropper in it. I don't know. What does MR2 do, people? That's what I'm interested in. What does it do? Again, I do not know my way around a circuit diagram for Volve radios, so. George has definitely got the blue hair, by the way. I'm sure it was blue. Right, let's find a diode. There's me 1N4007, so stick one of those across it. Let's see what happens. See if you go bang. You go bang. Is it box 15 with diodes? There is diodes in there, but there's no rectifier diodes in that box. Just got to find me rectifiers. It's probably easier to just go and grab the box that I bought at the auctions yesterday, because that's got some rectifier diodes in that. Here we go. Well, I've got 1N4002 or 1N4007. I'll put a 4007 in because I got most of those. That's what I got the most of. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting somewhere anyway. I don't know where exactly. Test the original circuit. Okay, I will do, Steve. It's this little thing here, look. It has got a bit of corrosion on it. I will test it in a minute. I did test it out of circuit just now because I lifted a lag on it, Steve. I didn't test it in circuit. I lifted a lag, so just get a bit of insulation here, and I'll stick this diode in. What's the worst that can happen? Let me get this knob out of the way. The knob's in my way. This doesn't want to go in. It's not having any of it, this. Now it will. I can't really show you what I'm doing here because I think it's a little bit too high for the camera. I might be able to. Where am I? Over here. Yeah, you can sort of see roughly what I'm up to. So I've just managed to poke the diode through the hole there. Just going to pull it up. Wrap that around. Just put some solder on that. So I'll cool down a second. And the other one connects in there. Room to get the leg in. The leg in. And the leg in. So I'm keeping it fairly long because the old one was quite long as well. Yeah, there she goes. Go on. A little bit of that shard of wire that I just cut off. Let's get rid of that. So there we are. There's our nice new diode. Pretty. Right. Let's give them another go. Let's connect back up onto the HT. I can't think which one is which again now. What's the size of the fibre sleeve? It is 1 mil. It is 1 mil. I can't remember which. I think it was the one closest to the speaker is the HT that we're looking for there. Right, let's get ourselves sorted. This is the final test. I'll have a look at the rectifier in a minute. I'll show you the, well, I've got to do my advent calendars. And then I'll be messing about with this tomorrow, probably. Well, let's put my knob back on. I think I will bring it up on the variac this time, so I'm going to turn it right down, plug it in, lamp limit, and make sure I'm in the right position. So that one's got to be mains, off, battery, mains, volume, medium wave, tuning is right in the middle of everything. Okay, going on lamp, there, far in the hole. Let's wind her up, wind her up. Fingers in your ears, what for the bang? Making sure everything's out of the way. Okay, so I'm in the lamp limit at the moment still. £100, 20 milliamps. We've got more HT. I've got 86 volts now. Well, we've got 90 volts there, look. 190 volts on the thing. So it looks like our HT is actually too high now. I can't hear anything now. Okay, so I've just bypassed it. And now it's dropping down. So let me take it up to 240. So it's dropped again, down to 73. It's interesting. So if I lower the voltage, the HT comes up. What's all that about then? Can you see that? So I'm now on 180 volts and I've got my HT. So as I go higher up in the voltage, but it's been doing that all along, George. It's no change there. So if I go up higher, you see it drops off there, look, it's gone. If I go back, so I take it down, down, down. As I'm going down in voltage, the HT is coming up. So yeah, 170 volts, I'm getting the correct HT. Look, that's weird, isn't it? Let's go full 240 then. I'm on lamp limit at the... Oh no, I'm bypassed. I'm not on the lamp limiter. No, so 74 volts. Are the valves identical? Could be a valve in the IF. Valve problem. Good call. A valve in the IF. Now, I mean, that one there was the one that was really making a noise when I wiggled it. So let me just go and have a look just to see if I've got any of these valves at all, because they are weird. And I've got a lot of weird valves over here, though, these smaller ones. George has probably got these because he bought loads of valves yesterday. No, none of these are these weird types, I don't think. What's LT voltage? No, the two valves in the middle are not the same. So first I thought, it doesn't tell me what the valve is on that blimmin' picture, does it? It wouldn't do with it. Oh dear. Here we go. So, it looks like V1 is the first IF, V2 is the second. So the first IF is an IC2. Well, I've got nothing like that at all here. I'll look on my other list just to see if I have got anything like it. I don't know what the LT voltage is, Steve. It's all over the shop because it's series, isn't it? I mean, where does the LT voltage come off? Let me just... it could be, George. What's going on here then? It's because I'm in Facebook. Right, let's just go to my Google Drive, just have a look at my valve stock. Let's see if I've got... And I don't think I've got any of these valves to try substituting them, unfortunately. And one of my projects for Christmas is to try and get this valve tester going. So I want an... Is it an IC2 or a 1C2? A 10C2? No, I haven't got one of those. V2 is an IF3 or a 1F3. Nope. I got 10F1. No. No, I haven't got any of these valves at all. I've got some master valves, but not that one. Not any of those. Yes. So no, I have no valves. No valves in the home. Paddy, thank you, mate. I need support. I'm breaking up. All right, Steve. Yeah, okay. I do have some D valves, I think. Mind you, these are mostly EFs, ECLs, EBCs. We know that one of them has been substituted before, don't we? Which is that one there. Because that has got a 1T4 in it, isn't it? I see two. What was this one? One FD9. No, I've got nothing like any of these. Yeah. I haven't got any of those though. Resistor value in parallel with the new diode was 100 ohms, I believe. It still doesn't work. Keep the valves and throw the chassis in the bin. But if it's a series, if it's a series heater chain, George, you can't do that, can you? I don't know. Harb, morning, mate. I'm going. I've got to go, people. I have got to go. Just waiting for Steve to come back, see if he's got any valve suggestions. But a DL94 for the 1P11, a DL94. So I've got no D's there. DL94. Is that one of the ones in the DAC 90? I haven't got a DL94 unless it's one of the ones in the DAC 90, then I can pull one out of a set. I've got a Robert set down here that's That's mains battery. DL. I've got DL94 there. I can try. Okay, I've got DL94 I can try. I have a DL94. I assume this is working because I did get that Roberts set working, didn't I? I can't remember now. And that is 1P11. That's the output valve though, Steve, isn't it? Yeah, that's the output valve. Bloody get my fingers in there to get that one out. Let's get this one out of the way. Oh, just chuck it on the floor, Graham. God, it's bloody hard to get these out. Come on. Okay, we can pop that one in. I've just robbed that out of a Roberts set. I can't see what the hell I'm doing here. Okay, so I've got DL94 in there. Bloody hell, 14 quid. It is, isn't it? So Steve is, so we can try that valve a minute. It's a different output valve. Just put that thing back in a minute. It's not going to be too worried if it's not shielded for a minute. So no, that's made no difference. And what was the other one you're saying, Steve? The DAF 91. Let me see if there's a DAF 91 in here. DF91. I've got an IS5. DK92. No, I've only got DF91, Steve. I don't know if my chassis is in that one. Okay, I've got some. Got a Bush chassis here. I think this uses a DAF. UBC, what's that one there? Oh no, those are different ones together, isn't it? No, UF41. Can't read what that one says. That one's... It's got no markings on it. No, I've got no substitute valves that I can try in there, people, unfortunately. I thought I had something that had those in. The only other one I've got is one of those old Roberts R55. Okay, so we're not going to get any further with this today. That's that's as far as we're going to get with it, unfortunately. It'd have been nice to get it going, but it's not going to happen. Because I have run out of time. And there was me hoping and praying that we could get it. Well, we have done what I intended to do today, which was get it powered up. So, mark it with the number you need. Yeah, good idea, George. You're full of useful ideas like that. Right, we've got to get some advent calendars finished off. So let's get the remote control car one out. Oh, let's get the remote control car one out. You know, we've got plenty of days to sort this out, haven't we? Plenty of days to sort this out, so we've got to try and get it going. Number 5 then. It's a massive great one here. So we have the other axle. Now I put the parts from yesterday back together on this one. So I think we're going to be waiting for another plate to screw that one on there, and that'll be both of our axles in then. That's a lumpy bit of kit. That's bigger than I thought it was going to be. So there you are. That's that one. So maybe tomorrow we'll get the little thing so we can put both axles on it. 5 days in already, look. 5 days in. Right, okay. It's spot box number 5 time. Spot box number 5. I wonder what we've got in here today. We had that spanner rack yesterday. Anybody see it? No, I haven't got a DAF 91, Steve, unless you can think of a radio that's got one in it that I may have. I thought the DAC 90 had one of those DAF 91s in it. But I've got a Volve that's not marked. Front of church. No, 4 is the front of church. George, we want number 5. Just above his left hand. Yeah, you're right. In there. Whoa, look at that. I do like their spanners. I really would love a set of these. I wonder how many they're going to give us. So that must sit nicely in our spanner rack from yesterday. which is probably not on the floor now. Yes, it is. Looks like that's the biggest one as well. There we go. Not really sure what you do with it though. Do you hang it on the wall? Anyway, very, very nice spanner. That's a 12 and 13 mil. 13 mil is about one of the most common sizes, isn't it? So yeah, very nice. Very nice. Very nice. So, a Joker spanner, Lee. Apologies if I've not said hello to anybody, because I've had my head in here trying to sort this radio, which still isn't working. Hi, Keith. I don't know if I said hello to you, Lee, so apologies if I didn't, mate. World of Wayne's YouTube channel makes some amazing kits. I didn't know you was making kits on there. Let's just quickly see if I can get any photos up. I did try sending some photos across to... Yeah, no. All I can show you really is what I picked up. I've got pictures of the stuff that was actually in, it's actually out on it's out on Patreon at the moment, but let me just show you some of the things that I picked up then. Why won't you let me do... Ah, there we go, okay. Hang on, go back. Don't stop it. Right, so this is one of the things I picked up. I've got some pictures that I took in the actual haul as well. But this is just stuff that I've got that I just took out the car today. So I've got one of those Decca radios. It's looking really bad, that one actually. I don't know whether that's recoverable or not. I don't know. It's looking a bit dodgy. VHF Herald. And this, I think, is some sort of HMV set. Well, it could be. It's got rank organization on the back of it. So I haven't really investigated that. And the reason I bought this lot was for this one here. Really, this is a PAM transistor radio. I've not had one of those before, so quite an early transistor set. So. And this was a gift from Simon, Mr. Spires himself. So, Simon, if you're watching, mate, thank you for this. Simon's taken this to a couple of these meets and put it on the bring and buy stand, and no one's bought it. So he said, I don't really want to take it home again, so do you want it? So I said, okay, we'll have it, and we can do a video on it. So that will appear at some stage. Simon says it's working, so we'll have a working radio, that's for sure. I think it's just AM, isn't it? Medium wave, long wave. There's no FM on that, is there? What's this here? HW, long wave, medium wave. Well, it does say FM. Oh, it does at the top there, look. There we go. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's an FM set. Excellent. This I picked up. You can see I only paid a £5 for this. it just sort of caught my eye. It's still got the original case, which doesn't look in too bad nick. The aerial, I think, was all right. It's got a nice little tuning meter on it and 2 shortwave bands. So I thought that'd be a nice little radio to have a look at, see if it works. Paid a $5 for it, look. And this is an interesting bit of kit. I sort of saw this from afar, really, and I didn't realise it had the AVO bridge with it as well. But we've got to take it as an LCR bridge, is it? I really haven't taken this out yet, but it's got all the leads with it. This has got its original leads and the probes as well. These things are usually missing. So I thought that'd be interesting to have a look at. See if we can work out what the hell it does. We've got capacitors there. Factor, obviously capacitance, resistance. Is that volts? External volts. And looks like we've got, I don't know if that's a bulb or an eye there. I think that's a bulb maybe in there. So again, I don't know if that's going to work or not. And this, I believe Les says this was a Mark II. I'm no expert on AVOs. I've got a few here, but I've not got any of these old ones. I did have one, but I sold it at the Bring and Buy last year. So I don't really know much about these. It needs a damn good clean, I know that. And this is very interesting. Now I paid too much for this, really. I did pay too much for it, but out of all the stuff up there, this was one of the things that would be most useful to me personally. And I'm sure you can see we've got a label that says OC81D there. There's also some OC81s in there. There's not a lot, and a lot of these are pulls. So unfortunately, they're not what I thought as being new old stock. In this one here, there's some AF 115s, 116s, 117s, and some 127s, I think. And there's a lot of germanium diodes. So we'll have a look through that when we get a chance, because there is some interesting stuff in there. And I couldn't not buy a cassette deck, could I? I could not buy a cassette deck. Now this one caught my eye because it's got Dolby S on it. And Dolby S was the last sort of Dolby they ever did. And also it's got auto count. Now it's sad, it's not a 3-head deck. It's only a 2-head deck, and it's a KE400S, and apparently the mechs on these aren't great. There's lots of problems with the mechs. And the chap said it was working. He got it working, he said, but it doesn't record very well. So this is going to be interesting, and we can get Rich's wobulator. Not wobulator. I keep calling it a wobulator. Yeah, so I should think. It's not a wobbler. It's a woe and flutter meter, so we can have a look at it at this one on that. And that's it. Now I've got other things. Let me just escape out of this if it'll let me. I've got other bits because Rich, aka Rich A, has filled up the boot of my car with radios. Now I haven't got any of these out yet, so I don't really know what they are. But I'll do a whole video on one of the longer days on those. So Richard, who is one of my Patreons, is given me lots of radios to play with. So that'll be interesting. Let's just catch up with the chat. Bush. I didn't have a Bush, Paul. I don't think I had a Bush, did I? No, I didn't have a Bush. Oh, I see, Lee. They're Joker spanners. Yeah, the VHF Herald's okay. I think the aerial's knackered on it, Brett. But apart from that, it's not too bad. Thanks, Mini Chips. Thank you, Thomas. See you soon, mate. And Susie. Bye, Susie. Could be Murphy. Oh, you're saying the bluey coloured. I've never seen one of those, Paul. I mean, I've seen a lot of radios, but I've never seen one of those. It says rank organisation, so it could be Bush or Murphy, like you say. It could be HMV. I really don't know. Yeah, so that Echo was a gift from Simon. I don't know why nobody wanted that really, because it's got FM on it as well. Yeah, we'll do that, Aaron. We've got to find one for Les if he's well enough to come out on Wednesday. That isn't a PAM. It says Echo on the front. I'm not sure what you're on about there, George, but there is a PAM portable transistor radio in there. You have the tutorial book from Avo on using the full set of stuff for testing radios and components. All right, okay. You're planning to buy an FM AM cathedral radio from the US. Whoa. You still mostly use the Avo 8 Mark II. It's a Bush VTR 133, is it, Paul? National Panasonic 250H in its original case. Seems unusual, can't see many for sale. The Texan AN200 AM loop antenna will help you test Volve radios. Yeah, I haven't got one, unfortunately, Aaron. The radio that says rank on the back, I'm with you now. So it's a Bush VTR 133, is it? Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. If we look on Radio Museum, yeah, they've got it, that VTR 133. Never seen one of those before. But it's got AF 117s in it. I bet your life it has. Oh, there's a grey coloured one. I'm sure mine's blue though, but it might just be that it's mucky and needs a clean. Well, that looks bluer than that one, doesn't it? Cheers, Aston. It doesn't go above 100 megs at FM. Not my wobulator, yours. Yeah, thank you very much, Rich, for sending that on. That's a lovely bit of kit. I can't wait to get me hands on that, to be fair. How often are the Christmas streams? They're every day, SciMap. Every single day, mate. What's a National Panasonic R240H? Okay. You got a National NC44. Always nice, those. Right, people, well, that's it for today. So thank you again for super chats and for the tips. Much appreciated. And thanks to Timothy, who's gone up a tier. He's gone from a Ranger to a Herald on the Patreon. So well done, Tim. I have changed it on the credits, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I have changed it on the credits. So we'll see you again later. So that's it for today. It's going to be around about 5 o'clock tomorrow, I think. What have I got? I've got doctors in the morning. We've got the dishwasher guy coming to repair the dishwasher that's packed up. I should be all right. Yeah, every day, including the 24th SciMap. And I'll see if I can get a video out to see if I can get a video out on Christmas Day. Cheers, everybody. Bye for now. Have a good one, and I'll catch you soon.